Paperboy News here to deliver y'all that daily report. And that's salutes and shout outs to OG Big Lunatic for
Big shout out to OG Big Lunatic from Gangster Crip because he is pressing Tenea for her flu, Flammer, Skull, Douglas, and larcenious activity. How are you allowing your daughter to be a part of this situation? How does that even happen? You can't tell me that you ain't got no control. You can tell me that you don't know. You can't tell me none of that because when it's all said and done, in reality, you are a parent. It's never an excuse to allow your child to even be put in a situation with prostitution or, you know, being sold as all these type of wookie bams and blah, blah, is something that's realistically readily available because of your bad decision making. That's that. So with that all being said, you know, they came into the situation being dirty, being greasy, being extremely, you know, for lack of better words, bad parenting, you feel me? And now we have Tenea's daughter caught up in this Rico, you feel me? And the streets are saying that Tenea's whole situation tied to her being in in New York, is tied behind her being caught up in this situation, or her being caught up in a situation that has led to a federal RICO against the Hoovers and all that. But with that all being said, what's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? We're trying to type it in 10 and Trap News Network. Back in the same, like crack of the same here at 10 and Trap News Network. It's like a news cues. It's like good knowledge-ito. You're not gonna get about knowledge-ito, big dog. Hit that like, hit that comment, hit that good subscribe button for everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. It's like a news routine. You can use it in. Like good knowledge-ito. You're not gonna get about knowledge-ito. Tap in to make sure in fact tapped in with that good tap in. Hit a like, hit a comment, hit a good subscribe for everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. It's that news cues. It's that knowledge. You're not gonna get about college. You're gonna tap in to make sure in fact tapped in with that good tap in. Hit a like, comment, subscribe for everything we got going on, and make sure you are a part of this rich trapper mafia. We're gonna get to this content. Let's get into it, man. Let's go.
Gangster Crip. Make sure y'all subscribe to his channel. And the name of his channel is Moving Through Your Hood TV. Now, we started off his segment by saying salutes up to all the real men out there that be actually taking care of their kids. Because when you're involved in your kid's life, when they get out of pocket, you're able to correct them so they won't make the same mistakes or walk down the same path that you walk through. Now, I know to a lot of you guys, it doesn't make sense to what this OG's saying, but bear with me because trust me, he's cooking. Now, Big Lunatic said when you're involved in your kid's life, when they leave their home to either go to school or hang out with their friends, they are a reflection of you, so their behavior outside of the house is going to depend what they learned inside of the house. Now, OG Lunatic said ever since Tenea popped up on the internet, one thing he learned about her, and he said this is no disrespect, there was a lot of hoeing going on. Now Big Lunatic told Tenea, if you want to ruin your life and sell your body out on the streets, be my...
That's your business, but why are you even promoting your daughter being a part of this in any way, shape, form, or fashion? Why are you even promoting your daughter having any way to do with this type of lifestyle? You feel me? If that's what you want to do as a grown woman, that's how you choose to live, then can't nobody really tell you nothing. Nobody can tell you that you're wrong. Nobody can tell you anything like that. But when it's all said and done, ooh, snap. My bad, that's a no jumper curse. My bad, that's a no jumper curse. Anyway, when it's all said and done, you know, you are selling your soul. Because by way of selling your child's soul is by way of selling your soul. And Tenea, you can't think for a second God gonna bless that, baby. You can't think for a second that God is gonna bless anything that you have going on when it's such a flu, Flammer, skullduggerous, and larceny situation.
Yes, because at the end of the day, you're an adult. But he said, remember what I said before, you were a reflection of your kids. And the fact that your daughter seen that and you seemed proud when you was on the internet talking about it, unfortunately, she became one too. All because of you. Now, whoever that guy who does the interviews on Soft White Underbelly, he needs to get slapped and socked out. Because how are you?
Yeah, the dude from Soft White Underbelly sitting up there with this little 13-year-old girl, and you are allowing this situation to take place, how you allowing this situation to take place, and you filming it, and this little girl has her self-exposed in a way to where you have to blur out a 13-year-old. That means that you're consuming visually underdressed 13-year-old that's exposing herself. That's very cheddar chiliic, you know what I'm saying? Just a cheddar file.
You a grown-ass man interviewing a little girl named Nova, damn near half naked, where you had to blur her body out.
It's a long history of money and hoeing dealing with Tenea. No disrespect to you, Tenea, but your daughter was on Soft White Underbelly. I'm not understanding that.
Now, if you guys can remember, Tenea was on the internet and somebody asked her about her daughter. She nonchalantly said,
and how is your daughter even on Soft White Underbelly? Like, how is this nigga not being sued? Like, how is no criminal charges being brought up on this nigga for his flu flammer skull Douglas Larson's activity.
She ran away from home, and the way she said it, she acted like she didn't even care. Now, Big Lunatic told Tenea, when you found out your daughter told you that she was selling her body in the streets, how did you react? Because you know firsthand what it feels like to be on them corners selling your body, being that that's what you do now, and the dangers that come with it. So what did you do to prevent her from doing that?
How you allow that? How you get into it with your daughter? How you let your daughter run away without going to check up on her? And then when you found out, how did you really respond to it? Did you sit her down? Did you talk to her? Did you cry to her? Cry with her? Did you tell your story to her?
Now, Lunatic told Tenea, just because you had a tough upbringing and you effed up your life, it doesn't mean you got to pass that down to your daughter. You were supposed to teach her to do better and prevent her from going down the same road you went through. Now, Lunatic said Tenea felt as a...
Yeah, like at what point do you as a mother decide, hey, this is not a good life for me, so I'm gonna let it happen to my daughter? You got out the streets. You stopped 304ing. You stopped selling yourself. You stopped being a part of all that flu flammer, skull Douglas, and Larson's activity. Why would you get out of it just to put your daughter in it? Like, how does this even make any type of sense? Tenea, you are a bad mom. I'm not gonna lie, baby. You a bad mom.
Mom, because no kid in this world should want to grow up wanting to be a 304. Then when your daughter became one, you did nothing to prevent that. And then when you went back with her to Soft White Underbelly for an update, you look proud. Now, Lunatic told Mark from Soft White Underbelly he's hella disappointed in him, because how in the hell you gonna interview a little girl damn near half naked? And the fact that you didn't put any clothes
The fact that you ain't even tell this little girl to put a t-shirt on, you couldn't went and got her a pro club, that's sick.
on her and you interviewed her like that made you look like a chomo.
I know you're getting your content, but this is not it. But I can't tell you what to do, man. I'm just, throwing that out there, man. If you do decide to do more like this, man, be more respectful to the youngsters, man. I don't even have them up there.
No, G Lunatic told Tenea, you the reason your daughter became that. Because kids can't think for themselves. It's the parents' job to do that until their kids are old enough to be responsible and think for themselves. But the fact that you got a little kid brain and you sold your body in the streets for money, you allowed your daughter to do the same thing, which is a damn shame. Now salute up to OG
And yeah, Tenea do got the brain of a 2-year-old.
Lunatic for checking Tenea and exposing Soft White Underbelly for being the pervert that he is. But now that you guys heard the content, y'all like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Y'all let me know what y'all...
Yeah, that dude from Soft White Underbelly's a freak. He's a freaky freak. Y'all know the deal though, red dots to the left. Y'all know the rest. And it's free Avenue AJ till he's free. We are gone.